welcome to Snatched. I'm your host, Coco Couture, and this is Shop Talk. Shop Talk gives you an intimate look into the background of retail. Now I'm excited because I'm here with Brian Sledge. Now I know him as the creator of Snatched, but did you know that he is also the executive producer of the TheCCEntNetwork and the founder of Chapter Marketing Inc. So, hi Brian.
How you doing, Coco? How's everything?
Everything is great. I'm so happy to have you on the show. You are the creator of Snatched. So first question I want to ask you is, how do you feel being in this seat right here?
Well, I'm really not a in front of the camera person, but I thought this might be a nice opportunity for the people to get to know me, I get to know them, and just kind of give them some insight on why I do what I do and, what motivates me.
Speaking of, tell us about Chapter. What is the motivation behind that? What is it for the people who don't know?
All right. In 2017, when I received my marketing degree, I had started a club while in college. It was just supposed to be a marketing club so that, fellow marketers can get together, we can discuss the latest trends and techniques in marketing, but it ended up evolving. I spoke to a lot of students, and as I did, I found out that they were very interested in starting their own businesses. And myself being an entrepreneur, when I first started this whole venture, I looked into getting the business started and I could not receive any help. Everything was money. And I looked into it, to start a business, you're in a starting budget for just your from a marketing perspective, you're looking at between $3,000 to $5,000. You're talking about web development, you're talking about SEO, search engine optimization, so people can find your website. You're talking about putting everything together and registering the business, and then that has nothing to do with designing ads, business cards, and promotional, and all the things that go into just getting it started. So I realized, there was really no help out there, especially anything that I could afford. So when I graduated and I got my degree, I then formed Chapter as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And basically what it does is I provide career-minded students and student entrepreneurs, I provide all my marketing services absolutely free of charge.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Because I wanted to do for them what I did not have available.
Right. That's very admirable, actually, if I don't say so myself. So another thing I wanted to ask you, so you have Chapter, and how did Snatched come about? Like, where did that come from? And why is it called Snatched?
All right, well, the reason it's called Snatched is because the idea is to snatch up all the great products and items that are sold through retail. Now, I keep going back and I'm saying retail because I have loved the retail market for a very long time. When at around the age of about 24, I started working in retail, first at B. Altman's. That's a little before your time, yeah. But you may recognize the name. So it went from there. I worked at Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Lord & Taylor, Today's Man, Banana Republic. I worked at a number of retail places, large and small, and I also worked for in different departments, but I always specialized in handbags and accessories. I love handbags, and so when I started looking at the retail market, and as online became a lot more important to people because it has that mobility, I noticed that a lot of the retail stores were closing, and as such there was a personal side to it, that in personal interaction that you get when you go to the store and you're looking at a product and you have some questions, you want to ask the associate something, that's gone. It's missing. Don't get me wrong, online shopping is great. I love the convenience of it, but I miss that personal, connection between myself and the, and the retail associate. So when I was thinking about many of the ventures that I wanted to do, I said I wanted to get into something that's going to promote the retail business, get people back into the store. I think that it's time to combine online and offline shopping, so that not only can you get the convenience of looking at the items and seeing what's available, but now you get to know the people at the store. You get to know the owners and the associates. You get to know the product. There is a personal attention that comes along with the in-store process. So this show, Snatched, we actually do live streaming from the store location, in the store. So you get to see the ambiance of the store. You get to get introduced to the owners and the associates. You can post questions to them and they'll actually get answered by the by the representative. So this is something that's really, I guess, close to my heart, in that, like I said, I missed the heydays of retail when that was the thing. There was a time when people actually went and got dressed up to go to retail stores.
Wow, like a party.
Well, you never knew who you were at the, back then, there were a lot of celebrities who was coming into, the big stores, and a lot of the big stores, they still, like Bloomingdale's, they still have restaurants and cafes in their stores, so you can actually spend all day there and get something to eat and do your shopping. But at the same time, I wanted there to be a mobile connectivity to it. So even if you're not physically in the store at that moment, you can still be in the store through the show.
I love that. I really do. So you are the creator of Snatched, you are the executive producer of the TheCCEntNetwork, and you are the founder of Chapter Marketing Inc.
Yes.
That is a lot of titles. That's a lot of hats to wear. I take off my own hat to you, But who are you as an individual? What does Brian Sledge do when he's not infiltrating the industry and being innovative and creative? Is this something that you just do every day, day in, day out? Do you have a life? What is this? How do you balance these things?
Well, I have my wife and my puppies. I have 3 daughters from my first marriage. They're in college and pursuing their own entrepreneurial endeavors. For myself, I've been a musician all my life, so I've been in entertainment. I've played a lot in many big bands and big bands, smaller jazz bands. I played everything from funk to ska to reggae to calypso to just a lot of different musical styles. And I have always wanted to kind of combine all the talents that God gave me and kind of put them into something that is me.
Wow. That's very inspiring. And I can't even get to a hair appointment on time, and this man does everything. But I know that he has to get out of here because he's so busy. But I have one more question. Is there anything that you want, any kind of advice or gems you want to drop on the people who are watching this, who want to be a Brian Sledge, or who want to infiltrate or do something in marketing that's revolutionary, and who are too afraid or don't have the money, that $3,000 or $5,000? How can they come into their own and have their own success?
Well, if they are a student, if they're in school, whether it's high school or college, they need to seek out chaptermarketing.club. That's our website. And, talk with me. I'd love to discuss what their businesses are, to see how chapter can go in and help them out and provide the marketing infrastructure that they're going to need to launch themselves and launch their businesses. And for those who are, and I do have a message for our people watching who are, consumers and retailers. I love, like I said, I have a genuine love for the retail market. I want to see it flourish again. I know that it can. It's going to take some time. It will take even this show. It's going to take time for people to really understand the concept of it. But I have a multi-platformed, structure to it. They get the live feed from Facebook. They get product features on Instagram, and they get this right here, which is Shop Talk, which is the kind of background information into the people who run the company, why they run the company. And it's done like that so that we can kind of bring focus back to the retail without losing the mobility and the convenience of online shopping. Again, I think online shopping is great, but it's time to combine online and offline shopping so that the consumers get the best of both worlds.
I agree. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. And as you guys know, I am your host, Coco Couture. But if you're a retailer or an entrepreneur, if you need any type of help launching your business, there is a link in the bio to Brian's chapter club. So thank you so much for joining us for Shop Talk.